And the studio today is pretty wild. So we've been doing this for a while now. And say hi to Kinder over there. So today is something totally different. What we're doing today is we're going to talk about selling art, and I'm showing some paintings that are available. If you're, hey, welcome. Good to have you here. So every Watercolor Wednesday, we do some painting. But again, like I said, today is a little different. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Gabriel Stockton, and I'm going to show you guys some super cool paintings. Now, I did not prep for this at all. Like, I want this just to be off the cuff so that you can see, like, some older works. But you will be seeing, like, some new, fresh stuff that I haven't even posted on the Instagram and here on my blog. So what we're gonna do today is go through any of these paintings. If by chance you see something you want to purchase, please put it down in the notes. Gabriel, I want the one. I want that one. I'll take 2 of those. And hey, Lance, good to have you here, buddy. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at these paintings and I'm gonna talk about them. I'll share some fun facts where I was, and maybe I'll even share like why I like going there to paint. So let's go ahead and flip this camera. All right, and let me just bring this bad boy up like so. And we can move this out of our shot. Hey, Doc Day, how's it going? Good to see you. I'll move my iPad out of the screen here. Let's take a look at these paintings. And some of these actual paintings, you're going to see that I probably even did for a demo here. And so let's take a look. And right off the get-go, I'm telling you, I did not think this one through. This is just seriously right off the cuff, where I want you to see, like, well, you're kind of getting a glimpse into my workspace, okay? So this is Oceanside Pier, and it's here in San Diego, California. Again, if there's anything that you want to purchase, just put it in the notes there. I'm gonna watch for your comments. You can ask any questions. I'll be happy. What are you guys drinking today? Are you drinking? It's raining. It's already dark here in San Diego, and I have some kombucha. So, because kombucha has some good probiotics in it. So this lovely painting here, I did as a demo for the Oceanside Museum of Art for my workshop, and this painting is up for grabs for $200. There's gonna be some really good deals in here today. If there's something that you see you like. All right, look at this. We are. Hey, Doc. Doc's super busy. It's good to have you here, Doc. I'm glad that you just keep coming by each week. If you're watching this on the replay, just put a message and YouTube lets me know that you are messaging me through this video. This is a plein air painting of when I was in Italy. This is a place called Ginga, and this is where we stay for our Fabiano painting holiday. This is this really cool little spot that I really enjoy painting, and we will keep rocking and a rolling. What we got here? Oh, we've got this lovely thing. This is Balboa Park, and this is the Oregon Pavilion. So this particular day, the door was down, and you don't really see the Oregon. There's these pipes. This is on the south side of the park, and I just loved how this light was coming in here. There were some cars going by, people walking around. This was painted on location in Balboa Park. Hey, look at this one. This is another good one. And you know, I apologize if it's not fully framed. Thank you so much. Yes, these are beautiful paintings. Here's another Balboa Park. You know, it's right here where my studio is. It's down the street from the house. This was, everything was drawn on location, but this was finished in the studio in Balboa Park, and I just barely take this one. I just barely took this one out of the frame, but I really like this car that was coming towards me. I like these people, and then I like the way this light was hitting the fountain, and all this other stuff is just ambiance. All right. And I typically don't put the garbage cans, so I moved some flower pots over here, but there were garbage cans here, and I turned them into flower pots. Oh, this is a goodie. This is a really cool historic home down in National City. This is 11 by 15. Those last two were half sheets, in case if you were wondering. A little bit older painting. I've got my name written in red there. Gabriel, do you reuse frames? Of course you do. Every pro working artist reuses frames. There's nothing wrong with it. And this piece was done on location. It was a cold morning, but I was really enjoying that beautiful sunlight coming in. Dun, dun, dun. This lovely painting here, I am so surprised this has not sold. This is not quite a half sheet, a little bit smaller than a half sheet. And I love this. This is where the Indians that used to sleep and stay, Native American Indians. And if you're here and you look across the way, you will see the San Luis Rey Mission. It's like the Cadillac of California missions. And the Indians would stay over here when they were teaching the Indians like how to be carpenters and how to learn different work sets. Oh, this is a really fun one. Again, I'm just going to be super surprised in what makes on the show today for Watercolor Wednesday. I just grabbed some of these stacks of paintings. They're in no particular order. So we have here my painting I did. This was in St. George, Utah. Last year, so it's about last year this time-ish, and I loved these red rocks that were coming here, and then people would walk up here and then go on this walking path. The sky just was white because it was about to rain. Actually, it did rain on. You can go back and see me working on this when it was raining on me. That was a great day. Oh, this is lovely. I mean, if you're interested, this painting is only $100. I will let this go for $100. Oh, look, some of these even have lessons on the back of them. Holy cow. This is a demo I did for a beginning watercolor class, but this would be a good purchase, especially if you're learning how to paint, because look at this atmospheric that's coming towards here. You've got the lightest light. There's paint here, okay? and then it moves chromatically from blue to blue green to a warm green to a really thick pigment. All right, people, this is all paint. Okay, so I'm not referring this as all watercolor. I'm referring to when watercolor we either add more pigment or more water. Lovely piece. It's yours if you want it for $100. Oh, this is a lovely demo I did. I did this for my advanced students at Art on 30th. We have some beginning classes starting up in January at Art on 30th if you're interested. This was about composition. And we've got our tree here, and then we got this nice little swoopty. And you know, I like to put these happy dogs. Yeah, if you're interested in this, this painting is definitely up for grabs. Let me know. Oh, check it out. Were you guys around for this? This was my demo that I did for Daniel Smith last year. And what a good, beautiful. So I was talking about granulation, movement with figures, and atmospheric. This was a wonderful. You could go back and watch that demo. If you go to danielsmith.com, click on community, click on ambassadors, and you'll see my name, and there's the video. Their channel is also here on YouTube, where you can see this demo. All right, what do we got here? What? Oh, this is actually a fairly recent painting. This is one of the really nice parks that is here in PB. And there were these gentlemen that were meeting. The gentleman couldn't afford this painting, but they all bought a print at $25 each. They all, I printed off a little more than a dozen, no, a little more than a half dozen, somewhere between a half dozen and a dozen prints of this painting. And oh, I just loved how this guy was walking by with his dog. And look at these lovely trees. Like, look at that. So I rarely do that. I rarely will make a print of the actual painting. But in this case, this was a special group of gentlemen that their budget only allowed them to get the print. The fact that they all wanted to hop in and all I had to do was photograph it once, hit the print button and how many prints, and then put it in the mail and send it, I was willing to do that. All right, moving forward. Look at this lovely thing. Oh yeah, this is right here down the street. This painting actually took an award for a miniature. And what we have here is this lovely tree. And then we've got these wires, this pole coming down here. And this is Dan the Man. This is a guy here in my neighborhood that's got all these VWs. And I loved how these cars were coming this way and this one was coming this way. And there's like this unstated, wonderful story that's happening here. Look at this wonderful gray wash. This, you know, if you wanted to figure out how to paint a street that laid flat, you know, I have shared with you folks the paintings that I have of professional artists that I've bought, that I gotta learn how to paint like that. And the way I'm gonna learn is I'm gonna buy this painting. So this is a 9x12, and if you're interested, let me know. This is actually a really good painting. It's an older one. Oh, this is great. So this painting is down by um, the Point Loma Lighthouse. So there's actually two lighthouses in Point Loma. This is on the lower half. So this car comes around and he's driving and whizzing right by me. And I go, you know what? I'm going to put that car in there because it's really set this foreground. Now, this is a fun piece because once I get it to lay flat, this painting should have gone into a frame, but you know, it's hard to decide what paintings get to go in a frame and which ones get to marinate. This one is a pure example of atmospheric. We've got some beautiful washes in here. We've got some wonderful light hitting here. We've got areas that are nice and quiet. Wonderful, wonderful painting. Oh yeah, check out this one. We did this one here as a demo just a couple weeks ago. So this one's up for grabs. This is a 11 by 15. I'll talk about pricing here in a little bit. If you're interested, let me know. I love that tree. And remember, we used the little cowboy. Is he here? No, he went off riding some horses today, so he's not here. He's not. And then we got the city boy. He's wanting to sell some paintings. Remember that? That was a good demo. But really, this isn't painted like a demo because I spent more time than my typical demos. This is a wonderful thing, and I think we're gonna see quite a few of these because this is a wonderful painting I teach with my beginning students on, and each time I do this painting, it gets darker and darker, more into the evening. I know there's another one around here somewhere. We just did one last night. So this is up for grab. I'm actually feeling really, really generous. If you want this painting, it's up for grab for $100, just because there's so many of these ones. And especially if you've been one of my students in the past, it's up for grabs. And these deals only last until the end of the year for 2023. So if you're watching this on the replay and it's 2024, sorry, Charlie. Oh, here we go. This is a newer painting. Look at this. This is a piece that will be an upcoming solo show that I'm doing for Harbors. And so yeah, we're starting to move into some newer pieces. This harbor is over in San Pedro, where the National Watercolor Society is. So some of you know I'm a board of directors with the National Watercolor Society. So this is a good time right here. All right. This was my last demo over in Maryland, and see this little thing of water coming down here, and then I ate so many bugs, and one stink bug got inside my glasses while I was doing this painting, but the light was not gonna come out at all, and it was cloudy and wanting to rain. And the last brush stroke I made was this little dark window. And then I was like, there you have it, folks, I'm done. And then the sun came out, and I kid you not, it looked just like this. But before that, when I was painting, it was gray, no shadows, no light, no nothing. I was so happy. You see this farmhouse back here, this guy's property, and this, they had just mowed down all the old corn husk, and then we had this guy's property. Good times. So one way you can charge for your art, friends, is you can do by the square inch. For the United States, technically, though, your paintings are only worth the actual materials. So if you had like some kind of insurance case, you could only get what the actual materials cost. So very little bit amount of money as much as paint goes in for watercolor because there's so much water. But I charge by the square inch. And so moving forward, this is the harbor, Tuna Harbor. And this guy was taking a new tank of probably CO2 or something. Good times, good times. That's going into the new solo show. Oh, hey, look at this. We did this painting. This is a really fun barn piece, or old building. So this one's up for grab for $200. Again, the deal's only good until the end of December. But you, if you're with me, you saw how this was painted. Look at that roof. But if I were to frame this and put this in a gallery, this painting would probably be closer to like $800. Okay. All right. Oh, here's an award winner. So, who asked the question? Do I reuse frames? Yes, I do. So, thank you to Matthew Bird. He gave me an honorable mention. This painting has a wonderful story. My teenager had the day off at school, and she thought she had brought all of her art supplies to paint with me, but only had a couple of colors and a couple brushes and a pen. So, of course, Daddy had all his brushes, all his paints, all his colors and stuff, but I chose to have just a couple of colors and a pen, and this is how this painting turned out. And wow, who would ever thought? So if this looks a little bit different, it is because you rarely see that I put pen and ink in my paintings. All right. Oh, hey, this is a fun one. So this one is in my upcoming show. This one's up for grab for $7.49. Or you could wait to buy it for more when it's in a frame. This is a wonderful harbor. I've done many of this one as well, but it did not have the people. So when I painted this larger and a second time, I've added some people, and it just keeps getting fun. Look at this. Did we do this one all live? I can't remember. I think maybe this was from my Maryland trip. So this is a more of a elongated horizontal because I wanted you to see those wide open spaces. But look at those gentlemen just having a wonderful conversation. Look at that. Isn't that a good time? So this painting's up for grabs. And moving forward, hey, we got another barn. Wow, look at this. So this wonderful thing is side lit. We got a nice big sky, look at that. And we got some nice distance in this painting. I literally hung out of the car to get this. And I think this one is in Pennsylvania. I love this barn back here. It's a newer barn, but the way I painted it. And that's what you got to do, friends. You've got to paint. If you're working from a photo, the painting has to be better than the photo, okay? I love how I caught this nice and crooked. Isn't that wonderful? Very nice. Good times. Oh, hey, this was my first painting out in Hagerstown. On the East Coast, for those of you that are watching in the West Coast, they are very different. This is a very rural area, and you don't see something like this in San Diego. There's so much green. They don't get much snow, but they get some rain. And I just loved how you can go up in here and look at that smoke coming out of the chimney. Super good time. If you have any questions about these, please ask away. Du-du-du. It's good to see that Lance is on here. Naomi, Gabriel, it's good to see you here. And Naomi's beautiful. Love the flowers. Thank you so much. Yep. All right. This was across the street from one of my demos that I had to do. So when I went back to my hotel, I just wanted to paint this building with the light so much, and how this was just nice and quiet, but this was so warm. See, this was in the shade, and then there was light that broke through the cloud on the other side of this tree and brought this light. And I was like, I wasn't even interested in, you get to the hotel and oh, do I want to watch a movie? Or just, just watch the news or any of that stuff. Like, nope. I was painting this and I'm feeling really generous. I'd let this go for $4.50. Oh, hey. This one I did get to paint on location. So, literally, this is looking this way and this is looking that way. And there was this sign of the place that we're at. It was called the Devil's Backbone. And this is a really good time. This is a bridge. You got a car coming through here. If you are wanting to figure out how to paint some cars with some dappled lighting and how to start painting these trees in the distance with light reflected, like this would be a really good painting. This would be a good painting just in general to have in your house, because everybody that's would come and visit, they would just be like, that is cool. I saw a comment here. Bum, bum, bum. You said you use to price per square inch. Can you give a general thought on how you determine the pricing? You bet, Lance. Let me just set this off to the side. And so I'll come on the camera real quick. So, check it out. There was this really cool story that I heard, and I want to share. And you might have heard me share about it already. And that was, there was this Native American town, and in that town, they would have this festival once a year. And everybody worked really hard, whether if they made blankets or pottery or those cute little Native American dolls or clothing or like jewelry. And in this town, what would happen is people that did not live in that town would come there and just buy up everything. They wanted to make sure that they had their prices so some people would make it through the winter. Like, I can't remember what exact town it was. It wasn't like Taos or something, but it was a small village. These people would go there and buy up all the pottery, all the blankets, and then take it back to wherever they lived, and they would like quadruple, they would like, hike up the price super high, and then, they were get really bummed out. They would find this out, like, oh, that guy bought up all my jewelry and turned around and resold it in his shop. And someone spoke up in the city and they said, hey, we've got to raise our prices, okay? there was a few people that they were kind of keen that people were doing this, but other people was still pretty naive. So they decided to make and set a bar. And by setting that bar, it kind of raised the standards, okay? So even, like Lance, like you're fairly new, Coach Lance, at, selling your work, and you've got to start somewhere, right? And I think one of the lessons is if you sell a painting or you do a commission and you get in your car and you're driving home and going, man, I think I could have got a little bit more money. You need to raise your prices, okay? If you can't keep up with the work, all right? If you can't, if you just get people like, hey, that was a great painting you did of that dog. Can you paint my dog? And your phone's ringing off the hook, and next thing you know, you got all these dog paintings. You've got to raise your prices. So how I do it is whatever the height is, okay, say it's 5 inches, okay, and it's by 10, or an 8 by 10, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do 8 times 10, okay? And then whatever you want for a square inch. Now, when I was selling my 5x7s out of my car when I was driving Lyft, that equation didn't quite work for me. So my bottom price, okay, at one season of my life, okay, was nothing less than $100. Okay. So right now, like my 5x7s, I don't take anything less. Like I'm talking about when they're in the studio or the gallery, nothing less than 165. Now, if you become a member of some societies and some galleries, they will already be watching your prices, okay? There might be a gallery that you're trying to get into, all right, that is, there's a certain price that, the other people don't necessarily want to be showing with someone that's only selling their art for like $49, okay? My framing sometimes costs more than $49. Like this frame, look at this. So this is framed, right? And we've talked about framing here on this show before. Everything is acid free. I have everything here to cut my own mats. And at first, you might have to ask someone to cut mats for you. There's probably someone in your town that could cut your mats in the backing, okay? And I use acid-free tape. This frame, it actually was from Hobby Lobby, and it was a return. And since I've worked in custom framing, I knew how to fix it. So I did some work with this frame to bring it up to par for how much this is worth now. You can't go wrong with metal sectional frames. So let's talk about where should you start. Now, as you know, the price of milk is not the price of milk when you were a kid. The price of a McDonald's hamburger is not the price that it was when you were a kid. The price of a Hershey is coming down. It's raining out there big time. Can you hear that hitting the window? Sorry about that. The price of a Hershey's candy bar, Package of M&Ms. Oh my goodness. Peanut M&Ms. I have not seen a package of M&Ms under around here for $2.49 just recently. I was like, I grabbed the package of M&Ms and a drink, and it was already over $5. Like, I remember getting all that for less than 99 cents, yo. So each year, okay, each year, Lance, oh, what was that song about sunny? Lance said sunny and nice. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, in your neighborhood. Well, this storm is probably coming your way. Chuck Davis says, I really like the way that you suggest detail in the trees. Oh, thanks. We'll go back to the art here in a second. You know, when you're selling your art, you've got to count the cost, you know. A few of my professional artists, they honestly feel like they're just selling another painting to make more paintings. We really aren't like rolling around in filthy piles of money as artists, okay? Especially when you're in a niche like watercolor. But there are lots of ways that you can work as a professional artist. As you all know, I teach. I also tutor. I also mentor. Okay, 3 different ways that I work with people so they can learn watercolor. We're gonna have the book soon. All right, I'm working on a book that's gonna be out there. It helps that I have sponsors. You know, I'm very grateful for Escoda and their amazing brushes. Oh my gosh. Look at these 2 new beauties right here. These 2 new Perlas. Woo! Actually, there was 4. I'm using the other 2 right now. Right there. I was using those bad boys today. No, that's the old one. This is the new one. The other new one is... I can tell because of the tip. When you paint like every day, like myself, you'll go through some brushes. So thank you also, like Cheap Joe's. I'm not just, you know, sponsored by them, but I also get to teach with them online. I also make my money by doing commissions, art sales. You know, there's many ways to make art. There's other ways that I'm not even doing to making art. I'm not like putting my things on mugs or t-shirts and stuff. I know people that are making killing, putting their art as prints, making available online. Like, I only have like 2 prints right now that are available. I have a Christmas one for Balboa Park. There'll be more available here shortly, and it's in my studio right now. And that's going for $30. And then we have the Hotel Del prints, and I think they're selling those for $30 or $40. And so they're a nice big beauty. I much rather have people have original art though. And talking about original art, let's look at some more original art. Dun dun dun. All right. Back on the drafting table. Well, this was a lovely little place. This was an event center. Hey, you're welcome, Lance. Look at this farm scene. Did we do this one? I can't remember. I think we did this one together. If it wasn't a demo for you, it was a demo for someone else. Yeah, great times. This was Haggard's. No, this was Mercersburg. And this is one of the ones that made it back. Great town. Look at that. Look at right when I painted, right at 2:30 or 2:35. This one's in the upcoming show. It literally was raining on us. And I had to make it look like that day that was raining. Sun was peeking out every now and then, making it really dreamy like. Oh, this was a fun one. This is actually not just watercolor, but we got the new Daniel Smith gouache. And as you know, I'm a brand ambassador for Daniel Smith. That helps in my career. This was also showed at the Laguna Plein Air Painters when I was the artist of the month. Ooh, another gouache painting. I just took this one out of a frame. This is a lovely, lovely painting. This will definitely make it in one of my books. This painting is 165, 5x7, and in gouache. And this is a ranch that there was a famous Mexican TV star that used to drive back and forth from San Diego to Hollywood. Leo Carrillo. Famous. If you ever come to San Diego, you gotta go to this place and paint. It's a good time. What do we got here? Bum, bum, bum. Oh, this is a lovely little spot. This is up in Carlsbad off of Turmeric. There was these cool lookout spots. This could really be anywhere, but I was thinking one of those little lover lane kind of things where the people that are dating kind of hang out together and look over the wonderful water. Oh, just romantic moment. Hey, this was from the Watercolor. Do you speak Watercolor? This is a really cool group you can join. The guy that runs Do You Speak Watercolor lives in Germany. Great guy. So the month of watercolor, what is that? Is it January or February? I did this as a demo at 2 in the morning for no, maybe it was 4 in the morning. But I did this as a demo, and yeah, it's definitely up for grabs. All right, we've got some working boats. Did I do this one as a demo? No. This was later done, but is from Venice. And what a good time. What a good time. Love this. This is Moab. If you've never been to Utah, you want to go check out Moab. What a beautiful place. This is a lesson that I teach. It was taught to me by Dan Marshall, and I also share it. So I'm very grateful for Dan Marshall that taught me this way of getting people to put together a design, and then you move over to your value study, and you pick out your colors, and then you do a final painting. This is the city of Fabriano, where the museum is, where they show you how they used to make their paper. So this is from Italy. Here's another one of those lessons, and there's our scene again. Oh man, you don't have to do a giant painting to make a good picture. Look at that. We got a comment here, and our comment was, glad to tune in from Brookshire County. It's my birthday, and my husband gifted me Escoda brushes today. Your work is beautiful, and I enjoy it. I enjoy your live videos. Well, thank you, Sally, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sally. All right, moving along. Yeah, this is a piece, compilation piece, actually, and I'll be in it my show. But this was a painting that was done with Hamid Kapoor and myself. We painted on this as a duo. It was a good time. Look at this. This is a wonderful gem. This painting somehow disappeared. I painted it on location, and then I did it also another time for my student, my mentee, who's now a professional artist. And then this painting then showed up, and I said, it's going to be finished. So what I did was I finished these people, and then I put the finishing touches on this car. Really nothing going on up there that I did. But sometimes, oh, loving these covered bridges. Oh, I got another covered bridge over here. Okay, you gotta see this one. This was from this week. So, this is why you don't give up painting. There's this covered bridge, and then we have this covered bridge. Look at that beauty. This was from this last weekend. I sat in my studio over in Spanish Village while it was the what was going on there? They had the Potter's Guild, and man, I bought too much pottery. But look at that texture. So we have this one and this one. And this will be up for grabs. I will be putting this actually up on the website. I just took a photograph of it. This will be over at www.gabrielstocktonfineart.com. This is a gorgeous, beautiful painting. You got this family down here skipping rocks. You got cute little lovers walking by the water, and then you got this cool dude kind of hanging out over here. And a little kind of sketch. And then the light hitting so hard on this cover bridge. Yeah, that's a good painting. This is nice. This is nice too, cause look at that reflection, yo. Isn't that lovely? Very nice, very nice. This is my buddy Lee that I paint with when I go out to Maryland. Bum bum bum. Here's another one of those harbor scenes that will be in the upcoming show. This is Santa Barbara. So, Santa Barbara Harbor. Hey, we did this one. Guess what? You like this painting? It's yours for $100. I'm just feeling super generous. If you were here, we painted this together. If you want to see this in person, because you watched me paint this on our Watercolor Wednesday, let me know. $100, and I will ship it to you, and you can see what it looks like, because you could see how nice and thick this paint is and how translucent all this lovely stuff is. And I want you to see the difference. What? This is a good one right here. This was over in St. George, Utah. This is a 9x12. And you know what you get the opportunity to see is these little thirds. You know, on here I talk about those multiple thirds. Look at the thickness of paint versus the lightness of paint. And then we get an even lighter and get even more abstract. Look at this guy. I love how this person turned out walking by. Great. It's a good, some of these just never get old. Here is a good painting where everything is monotone, all in grays, but just a little tiny hint of cool red. This is a nice view looking down. If you're interested in this painting, you can grab it today for $200. That is a killer deal. This painting typically would go for $749. All right. Wow. Look at this little lovely gem. This just recently came out of a frame too. This was in my studio. So many people. So many people. This would just stop them in their tracks and they would just stare at this lovely thing. This regular price. This is $7.49, and this is called Balboa Island. As the sun is going in down, we have dusk, and this guy was hopping in the water. I was like, oh, what are you doing? And he was hopping into his boat. It was a good time. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. This was, some of these were in shows. This was in a show, San Diego Watercolor Society, this year. This gentleman was working on his boat. Nice, bright sun on his boat. Composition, you know, usually I do these nice panoramics. This one I zoomed in. Look at all this nice negative space. You know, what makes a good painting is if we divide this, look what's in that corner. Now look what's in this corner. Look what's over here. Look what's down here. This painting has different weights in each corner, which makes it a successful painting. All right, we've got another harbor scene. Love these harbor scenes. Can't wait to frame them. This is an upcoming show. It's a goodie. It's a goodie. Oh, really digging this painting. I think this was a demo somewhere, but it's not a demo the way I painted it, you know? Look at this atmospheric sky. It's that mountain is purple, violet, and look at that sky. It's orange. And these guys are chilling right there. Who knows what was in that bag? This girl's saying, no, don't go over there. This guy's like, wait, what are you guys up to? Whatever story you make it. It was a hoot. This guy here, he had a really cool YouTube channel. So this is Santa Monica. Yeah. Oh, here's the mission over in Santa Barbara. Love this mission. So many people have painted it. It's a great, great place to paint. I had several artists and one architect that came over and gave me their approval. You know, it really, everybody that stopped by to look at this, they said, nobody has put this in the painting. Nobody has put, they've only done like this. I put this old cellar that's here, and I left out the taco truck and the coffee truck that was here on the other side parked, and everybody's left out this cross, but the cross had the light, and I just gave it just that much more reality. And I love those mountains that were right there, so it had to be. And I loved how these wonderful palm trees were in the courtyard. And then, of course, right before I'm finishing up this painting, a big bus comes and parks right here. Luckily, I got all that stuff knocked out before the bus came. So I was able to just finish and put this guy walking into the church. Love this painting. This was a super good time. This is Balboa Park. This is your typical afternoon scene at Balboa Park. Moving along. Oh, hey, another scene of the cafe that's on the Ocean Beach Pier. See how this one's just a little bit darker? And this one's up for $100. It's a little bit more bigger than a quarter sheet, a little bit longer. But you got the surfer going in to go surf with his buddies. Look at this water right here. Each one, I just painted this one last night and it looks different. Nice little nocturne scene here. this one's got to get into a frame, and it's going to go into this upcoming show. Oh, another wonderful scene that's going into the harbor scene. It's up and coming. Love this place. I go and paint there so many times. And there's a fence. I'm able to look over the fence and watch these guys. they crack up every time they see me. Let's grab some of these paintings here. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, this is some good stuff. This is some more stuff from this week. And we got a couple other gems. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. This was from this weekend. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty? I think I posted this one as a drawing or something. Black and white. This is going up on the website. Tomorrow, actually. And along with that covered bridge. So this is what happens to me. Sometimes we just kill it and do 3 amazing paintings one after another. So look at that. Look, it's so new. It still has some tape on it. So this is a harbor scene, and this is Coronado Bridge. And these are some lovely boats. Every time I paint this scene, it sells. I had one, and it went like that off of Instagram. Again, there's that one. Look at that light. Look at that light just coming right through that tree. Isn't that gorgeous? Thank you to my friend Drew Bandish, who showed me how to paint this like four years ago. He showed how to paint light coming through a tree, and I saw that and I go, oh, finally, I could paint my own tree with light coming through it. But he didn't teach me this. This is intuitive painting, how the light was hitting here. This is actually better than the photo, friends. Well, we're approaching an hour. Let's see what else we can show here. Look at these dudes working. Oh, so cool. Do you have a favorite violet watercolor? I do. It's called Moonglow. It's called Moonglow, and here it is right here. Look at this. Lovely, lovely gem. I am so... Look, Elliot. Elliot's trying to get in already. Yeah, look at that. We shared this one before, right? This is when I went and painted with James Gurney. We were at Lightbox, and these were toys that I found at the antique store, and I put them in this painting because it was about drawing and painting colossal characters in a real scene. Loving this painting. Loving it. Look at that. These guys, I don't know what they're saying to each other, but you really look at this. Look at this guy carrying in some buckets or some luggage or something. Look at this truck. That's a good old Datsun. It's not even a Toyota. It's like a Nissan or something. Look at that guy. Loving that violet. But it has a little turquoise green in it. See that? I don't ever really use pure colors. This is going into that show up and coming soon. This is a gem. Nice blues. Nice oranges and yellows. Tiny bits of green. Tiny. Oh, such another good gem. This has got to get into a frame. I'm slacking. Look at that light. Ding! So this was... This one actually started out as a demo for Eric Rhodes' watercolor not Watercolor Live. It was Art School Live with Eric Rhodes, Streamline Publishing. I did a smaller one, and I was so happy. And I had such a great conversation with him about being faculty for Streamline that I painted this. All right, moving along. Loving this. Oh yeah, this is like just, oh, you know what really brought this painting to life? The new Daniel Smith gouache. That is the Daniel Smith gouache right there. This green. Look at that green. That opaque green. Look at this lavender. Why did I put gouache on top of an amazing watercolor? Why? Because I needed some thick colors that was going to keep its chroma. As we know, watercolor dries a lot lighter, right? Hey, there's some of you still on here still. So wonderful. 6 of you, right on. Oh, what another gem. Another gem. This is just a beauty. Sorry, I can't discount this one. It's regular price. This is a 9 by 12. No, it's a 10 by 15. 10 by 15. So here you go, Lance. You can practice. Get out the calculator. 10 times 15 times 5.75. That's right. As of 2023, my works are currently selling at $5.75 per square inch. Remember we talked about inflation? Remember we talked about earlier? We talked about... No, you're not catching the end, Ashley. We are having a good time, and we're talking about art, and art sells, and I'm showing work that's available. So we were just saying that this is 11 by 15, and it's, you go 11 times 15, hit equal, then hit times 5.75. That is the price of this painting. And next year, it will go up another 50 cents. So my paintings then will be $6.25 a square inch. And all the paintings that are still around, guess how much they'll be? $6.25 a square inch. All right, look at this. A nice night scene. This is a studio painting, but it did help that I went to Venice and actually was there. And this turned out really nice. Really nice, lovely painting. All the staggering, the heights, the beautiful washes. If you want to learn how to paint a nocturne, buy this painting, because you're going to get this painting and you're going to be able to look. How did he make these mixes? Look at this blue and the orange into this cool red into this wonderful purple lavender stuff. Okay, look at this wonderful. This here is lunar blue. Lunar blue. Oh, here's a demo that I did for a workshop. This particular painting, if you want this painting, you can grab it, especially if you are one of my students, for $250. This is a demo painting I did at San Diego Watercolor Society for my class on dappled lighting and shadows. And this painting is a great example of a moving shadow. Okay, it wasn't about this sky, it wasn't about this cool texture, though we talked a little bit about. It was about making this sand here, okay, which we have buff titanium, We have goethite. We have some tiger's eye. And then we get over here. And then in here, we've got some lovely, some hematite, burnt scarlet hematite. You know, I painted this part first, and then this was the very last thing. And people were cracking up because this looked like a spaceship in the sky. It was a good time. Hey, we got another harbor scene here, and loving this guy. This is right here in San Diego, and what a great May gray day. Loving that reflection. Look at this guy. This guy is a perfect example of a painting that did not get into a national show, but I gave it my best, and the jury kicked it out of the show. But you know what? I love this painting. This is a gorgeous painting. I believe it's a 9x12, maybe a little bit longer than 12. But yeah, this is just a beauty, and for at that time, this was probably one of my best paintings. Dun dun dun. Hey, look at this guy. This was my last day in Maryland, and I finished it up in the hotel, I think, by putting this guy. When I was actually painting Plein Air, this is all we had. Okay. When I left there, and then when I got back to the hotel, it needed that dude. See that? I saw a comment. What was going on? Let me read it. It says, nice barn, too. About to do some barns on a golf course. Oh, right on. Cool. And Ashley said, sweet. Was that? I think that was referring to. Lance said something about 150. Ba-ba-ba. And yeah, we can watch the replay. And if you weren't quite sure, this was actually done Plein Air. And this was in Bologna, Italy. And this is by far one of my favorite Plein Air paintings while in Europe. This is definitely going to make it into my book. So if you want to collect a painting of mine that I'm not quite sure what size it is. But yeah, if you're interested, just message me. I'm not quite. Oh, here we go. This is 8 by 12. 12 by 8. So you could do the math. 8 by 12. So you do 8 times 12, and then hit equal sign, and then times 5.75. So this is a classic painting. Oh, this was a lovely. This is the church that I teach my classes when I go to Maryland, and this is what the houses look like. And it was a really big car coming down this small little road. I just had to put it there. I just had to put this big old car coming down this little small road. Oh, hey. Now, this is where I'm feeling super generous. So this is a half sheet. And we'll end with this one. There's more. There's so much more. But we'll call it a night. And this painting is up for grabs for $250. This is a half sheet. This is a demo. This is how I teach how to paint a painting without waiting for it to dry. Okay? So another little thing is I do a little wet trough right here. that creates the tree to have some wonderful shape to that. See that? This guy, he's playing ball with his dog in the park. This atmospheric fog that was at the park, there's water over here. This is South Mission Bay, and there's these wonderful trees. And so this tree was just played with splatter. And then we've got this side that has more shadow here. The green coming down into our branches and then creating wonderful textures down into here, rooting into here. And then painting this figure in his lunchbox and his happy dog. Look at his green appetite. That's just painting. Painting that grass for itself. So, you heard it. So, the stuff that I shared today, if you're just now joining, we could chat out if you're just now catching it. Oh, here's one other demo. I'm willing to let this one go for a really good price. So this is another demo I did of this guy walking up with his dogs, or his dog. And look at the sheep. See the sheep in the background there on the heel? And this one's up for grabs for $200. And it's a quarter sheet. This was a demo, and what you are getting when you buy a demo painting like this, friends, is you're getting to see that I worked from cool to not as cool, and then we start getting into chroma, and then it gets warmer. See a warmer green, and then into some oranges, and then our light is coming from here. See the shadow right underneath this guy's hat? Onto his overalls. Look at the way he looks like he's walking. He doesn't look like he's just standing there. It doesn't look like they're looking at something, maybe over here. And then you got this ravine, right? This is getting light, and this hat is in the shade. And then this is starting to feel like it's coming towards you. So we have some perspective here. So we've got this wonderful... Hello! How's it going? Thanks for joining us. It's Blue. Hello. Yeah. We've got this man or the other man. They're handled very similar. This guy and this guy. Why? Because the paint is nice and thick on this guy. This is watercolor, all watercolor. Look at this nice thick stuff over in here. Look at this granulation that's happening with the Daniel Smith Permatex. So when you're getting a painting like this, you're getting to see what happens with the quality of paper. Look at this cloud coming in here, sneaking in there. Look at this nice little brush, dry brushing. It's a good time. Dun, dun, dun. I think we might have one more to share. Dun, dun, dun. Actually, we've got two more to share. So those are two good deals. This is a painting I just recently did of Hagerstown. This is a half sheet. What, isn't that just a good looking light coming through? We've got this backlit building casting the shadow. Then we've got light coming down the street. Then we've got light coming on the other side of that building. This one is dropping this shadow. Isn't it cool? Loving these. And this is another recent painting I just did. We've got some guys here building a fence. They are scooping up some wonderful concrete out of the wheelbarrow there. We've got this new barn here. This barn was just, this is all plywood, but again, you've got to paint these better than the actual thing. Look at this barn, and you can see through. Look at that. I can look through this and see that other barn, smaller barn. These are real barns. These aren't California barns. These are real working barns where stuff is loaded and here, and then you come back around the other side and it's got a second floor, maybe even a third floor. Okay. And what a good time. Love this hillside just coming down and then into this grass that's out by the road that probably doesn't get much water, and the shade of the tree from the other side of the road coming here. Look at that, how it just tapers right there. You gotta have a story, friends. You don't have to, but I like to have a story in my paintings. And what we have here is a rural area, and we got some good old guys just doing some work. Just normal, average, working folks. And there is the fencing in here. There's some fencing back in there. It's good times. Well, thank you so much. I'll hop back on here. I'll come back on the camera. Do you have any questions for me? If you didn't hear the wonderful part I talked about with, I got my old dirty hat on because it was raining out there and I didn't want to ruin my new one. But if you missed the part that we talked about how to price your art and how to raise your prices and other ways you can make money as artists, just you'll be able to watch this replay of this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for encouraging my behavior. Keep painting. You're encouraging people in this world just by being you and painting what gets you excited to keep doing it. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that is highlighted to me that makes me really excited to just keep painting. If there's any paintings you saw in this video, you're welcome, Lance. And Chuck, you're welcome too. If there's any paintings that you saw that you're excited about and it's not after January 1st, 2024, those prices that I said about those pictures, they're up for grabs. There's a lot of stuff here that would make great gifts if you don't see you buying them for yourselves. But thank you so much. We'll be back next week with our normal program where I'm painting and I'm sharing my thought process on how I'm making paint work on paper with brushes. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time. Time for lime popcorn. You bet, Sally. With just a little bit of pepper. Put a little bit of pepper and just one little crack of Himalayan salt. Ooh, that's some good popcorn. Thank you so much. We talk about all the good stuff, right? We talk about all the good stuff on this. Thank you so much for just being my friends while we're here. You know, things are really happening, and there's super cool things. Oh, that's a good painting right there. Look at that lovely motorcycle one. All right, have a wonderful good time. I got some great books that I'll be sharing. I've got some cool books I want to share with you from Lightbox that I picked up, and a couple other cool old school books that you can't get your hands on. And if you haven't watched my book recommendations video, you should check that one out. I just got my Joseph Zavukovich book signed, the one that I showed you all last time. Thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Keep those brushes wet and keep painting. Oh, for sure. Thanks so much, Lance. Bye.